right here on your Women Radio WFM 91.7. And we get to do this Mondays through Fridays from 9:05 a.m. Just immediately after the news, we get to start up the program. And we get to talk about a lot of trending things that affect women, young girls, and even our society as large, seeking for solutions and also getting to hear from you on the program. So for today, if you want to be, or rather for you to be a part of the program this morning, you can dial 07000 917 917. You can also dial 09155 917 917, or better still, send us WhatsApp messages to 0703 or you can send your messages to 08155 917 917. Those are the numbers to get in touch with us this morning on the program Highlands. That's on this amazing, beautiful Thursday morning. So yeah, we have a couple of issues to talk about. Yesterday was, we had a very good conversation yesterday, talking about some of the things that were happening as regards, our country, as regards Nigeria, and of course, that it gets to affect women and girls, because that's what we do right here on Highland. So yesterday, we got to look at the Senate that passed a new bill imposing life imprisonment to, those who get to, what's the word right now? Those who get to, what's the word right now? I'm trying to get it. Those who have sexual intercourse, sexual abuse. Sexual abuse. Yes, sexual abuse. It totally escaped me. Now, those who get to abuse little children, sexually, minors. So they passed a new bill imposing life imprisonment on anyone found guilty of going through with sexual abuse on minors. So yeah, we talked about that yesterday, and we were hoping, and all of us, from Susan and me from Binabo, all we talked about yesterday was hoping that yes, so this will come to stay. And what does it actually entail? We need to have details. What does it entail? What does it cover? Who does it protect the most? And if we're saying life imprisonment, are we going to see this really take effect? Are we going to see this happen all through? So yeah, these were some of the conversations that we had yesterday, and a few other conversations that we had yesterday too, on the program. So it was good to actually see this go through from the Senate. But for today, we have a couple of things that we would want to talk about this morning. And this one actually starts from this particular lady, this actress, who came out to say that, I think a movie that she did, trended recently, How to Kill a Monkey. So we're talking about Shine Roseman. And she comes out to say that there's nothing nobody can tell her, there's nothing anybody can tell her, or there's nothing anybody can convince her, about this particular thing. So she doesn't want to hear anything from anybody. But what she knows is that Nigerian society genuinely hates women. And although she didn't tell us what led her to make this kind of comments, maybe experience, she must have experienced a couple of things, maybe not just one or two or three, but she must have experienced a good number of things that would make her want to say this comment out loud without even, wanting to hear anything from anybody, and nobody can convince her. But when you sit down, you look at it, and you look at how misogynistic, our society can be. You look at how some women have been treated, whether in their homes, so whether by their in-laws, so whether in their places of work, or whether in public offices, so inside buses, inside keke napep, inside anywhere at all we find ourselves. Sometimes the kind of comments that you get to see, or the kind of behaviors or attitude you get to see towards women, whether women who are disabled though, and the ones that are not disabled though, sometimes it's just like they push us to a particular place, and they expect us to behave a certain way. Was it yesterday or day before yesterday? I was listening to a particular man who was coming out to say that for him, a woman is not supposed to do this, not supposed to do that. She's only supposed to be seen. In fact, when he's tired, he can go and get married to another one. It's not good for the man. That I was like, Are you even listening to yourself? Why do you keep making excuses for for you not taking responsibility for your own actions? And a lot of times you look at our society and you might just want to agree with what this lady is saying. Yes, we know that we have come to a place where women are pushing back. We've come to a place where women are saying, yes, our voices must be heard. Yes, we have a seat on the table. Yes, decisions have to be made with us, by us, for us. So women are getting there. But, with all of these things, you still have, pullbacks, you still have setbacks, you still have people who don't just want to hear, say, now woman they lead, or now woman they do this one. So you get to hear that. So it happens, everywhere. This is a lady who is in the entertainment industry. Only God knows what she has gone through or what she has, and she's a very pretty lady at that. And you would think that, well, as a very pretty, fair, lady who is having everything on her own, you would think that these things will not get to her. Because maybe, apart from saying she's, intelligent, she's good at what she does, she's good at her craft, maybe to an extent you would want to say, this one, she's pretty, so pretty privilege should be working for her. But she's coming out to say that no, Nigerian society genuinely hates women, domestic violence, child abuse, low rate of girl child education. Yesterday we're talking about child marriage here. The other day we were looking at how the pay gap in most industries, when a woman has to struggle or work harder times two to get to where a man is, and when she gets there, the next thing is she's sleeping with men to get to where she is. Are we looking at poverty rates, education, and all of that? So yeah, these are a good number of things that could actually affect the Nigerian woman. And you would definitely get to a point you say, That's why some women will tell you, this country, it's better I go outside this country to go and have myself, or to go to a sane place where I can actually have myself. All right, let's bring in the ladies to the conversation this morning. Good morning, Susan. How are you today?
Good morning, Rose. Good morning, Ibinabo. Good morning, Halens family. I'm very well, thank you. And you?
I'm okay. I'm good. Good morning, Binabo. How are you too?
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Susan. Good morning, Rose Girly, and good morning to all our valued listeners.
All right. Good morning to you too, Binabo. So let's head on straight to the conversation. You met me just talking about how this lady Shine Roseman came out to say that there's nothing anybody will convince her about. Nobody can tell her otherwise. All she knows is that Nigerian society genuinely hates women, and she's coming from a place of experience, maybe, because like I said, we don't know what led her to say this, but I think all of us as women can actually attest to the fact that a good percentage of what she said, could actually be true. Although we want to change the narrative, although we are working hard to see that it does not happen for both women with disability and for women who are not disabled. We are just finding it hard to navigate this life, and society is not making it easy at all. So we can't help but know that yes, there's misogyny going on, in our society. So how do we go from here? What do we do? How much more work do we need to do? Because sometimes I feel like we don't do work, we don't tire. Like, is this how we'll continue? Can we just have a breather? Can we just breathe because we are women? Binabo, let's start with you on this one.
Okay, thank you. You see, life is all about aluta continua.
Hmm.
Once you put your hands on the plow, ain't no looking back. Keep looking straight ahead until you get the desired result. Having said that, you see, really, the point here is some men are really living up to the billing when it comes to, treating the women, unfairly, when it comes to, misbehaving around the women. They do it unreservedly. And they would, and they are and once you mention it, they're ready to give you reasons. They will just list out reasons, and I tell myself, what's your problem? How many women born you? Because you see, the truth of the matter is, as mothers, I'm looking at it. I have sons. if you have certain very very I mean crazy biases about women, excuse me, and female folks, then what do you think about me, your mother? What do you think about your sisters? What do you think about your cousins who are female? So you see, it seemed, as if no persuasive fact could make a dent in their minds. But like I said earlier, aluta continua. As much as it is so displeasing, we're not going to keep quiet. We will keep talking about it. Even if it will get to a point that it will be what you eat in the morning as your lunch, your breakfast, in the afternoon as your lunch, in the evening as your dinner. When you keep swallowing and eating this thing, very soon it will be it will become part of your body, because it is a huge problem. We can't deny that. And for me, it is still very simple to solve. Looking at the tractability and the time complexity of it. Okay, every man was given birth by somebody, by a woman. I've never had a story where a man gave birth to a child. So every woman, every child, whether you are male or female, you were given birth to by a woman. So we begin to look at, I mentioned ability, I mentioned time complexity. In all of this, you will find mindsets.
All right, Ibinabo, sorry, I have to pause you there for a bit. Let's go on this commercial break. I just thought that we have some commercials to go through it. Stay with us, we'll be back shortly. Now, when we come back, we'll hear the rest of your thoughts, Ibinabo. This is your Women Radio WFM 91.7, and it's 20 minutes past 9 on the side of the radio.
With 20 essential vitamins, minerals, and nutrients, one Supermalt multivitamin after breakfast every day keeps you going.
See, everybody with him own wahala. Every day comes with its own version of challenges, and you have to be ready to face them, because only then can you move on to the next. That's why I never miss my breakfast. Scratch that. My peak breakfast, with the nutrients and energy I need to face each day, one challenge at a time.
Every day is a good day. You
help me start
had your
8, 4, 5, 6 has DHA. It tells my brain to grow. It tells me to be smart. Oh, my own milk coffee for 5, 6 years. My own milk coffee for 5, 6 years. My own milk coffee for 5, 6 years. My own milk coffee for 5, 6 years.
I am Calcio, the kingdom, malaria parasites. My mission is simple: take over your body. To cause fever, cheers, headache. Not one thing stays in my way. Come on.
Effective relief from malaria. Comal on malaria. Gone. If symptoms persist after 3 days, consult doctor.
Hello, Daddy.
Hello, Diola.
I just want to say that I love you.
Oh, I love you too.
Hello, Daddy. I just want to say again that I love you and I like that we look alike. Hello, Auntie.
Hi, Diola.
How are you?
I'm fine.
How's family? I hope everyone is good. My regards to everyone.
I will, my dear.
Whoa. Diola, this is the third time you're calling me. How much airtime do you need?
Okay. Talk master. I'm basically getting 6 minutes free talk time for every 6 minutes call I make every day, plus 50 MB data bonus. And for new customers like me, I get additional 25 minutes talk time and 1 gigabyte data welcome bonus. That's why I only make calls with my Glow line now.
Enjoy free 6 minutes plus 50 MB data on every 6 minutes call you make in a day on Glow Talkmaster, and enjoy a one-time 2,000 naira welcome bonus. That's a 25 minutes talk time and 1 gigabyte worth of data. Get your Glow line and dial *606# to enjoy. Terms and conditions apply.
No, unlimited.
Women Radio 91.7, the Ogbonge radio station for women and their families.
All right, yes, this is your Women Radio WFM 91.7, and this is the station for you and your family. So yes, we are back and we'll continue with Ibinabo, on her line of thoughts on this particular issue that we started off with. Ibinabo.
Okay, thank you. I think I think I was talking about tractability and
Mm,
complexity. You see, if we put this together and bundle it and take it back to the family, we can begin to take it up from there. Because every boy of yesterday is today's man.
mm,
So who raised that young man? Who gave birth to that boy? Because you can hear that, okay, a man denied pregnancy. Can a woman deny pregnancy? You are the one carrying it. You can't deny it.
that's all
So
now.
you're the one that will give birth to this child. So the thing here is our lifestyle dynamics, has a huge role to play in all of this. Because when you look at the sum total of a person's lifestyle, it is attached to some factors. We're talking about family life, we're talking about environmental influence, we're talking about a lot of things. These are where your daily behavior are molded. The first people you know in your life, for a baby that is born to the world, that was not dumped in that was not abandoned at the dump site, a child that was given birth to and brought home to be nurtured by the mother, the first people you are knowing are your family members, especially your mom. So family life is very important. And the question, to me, I see it as a big question. And this is to parents, that what are your aims and objectives for the future as it pertains to your children and vis-a-vis other people's children? Because if you do not raise your children well, especially your boys, to respect his sisters, to appreciate his sisters, and then to appreciate other people, whether male or female. Respect is reciprocal. When you train up your children in that way, and you instill such deep values in them, it's going to be difficult for such a young man to grow up and begin to disrespect a woman. Let alone we're not talking about how Nigeria treats female gender badly and everything. Who are the people? We are the people. Where is it coming from? It's from the families. No child fell from heaven. No child fell from the sky. Somebody carried him in a belly and gave birth to him. So how was he raised? And the sad part is, if you can't give what you don't have, a woman who was not properly raised cannot raise a gentleman. A woman who did not know any difference, who did not know that as a woman, you have a voice. How does she now raise her son to appreciate the voice of the woman? Because as it is in Nigeria today, an average woman or an average girl is like a sitting dog. Anything can happen. There isn't much protection for her.
Hmm.
In Nigeria, as a woman, you have to be heard above the dean. What about if your voice is very low? You cannot shout, you cannot talk so loud. So you have to now begin to develop what they call stentorian voice. So, and that's what we are doing. I'm talking figuratively here. So at the end of the day, I'm heaping all the bulk of responsibilities back to the family. Because to be honest, we have laws. So if you sit down and study the laws in constitution that has to do with how to treat a woman, a girl child, you will realize that. But why are we not talking about, what are we talking about? What's going on? Well, because some people don't know the laws in place. Those who know it do not have a proper interpretation of it. And those who even have the interpretation don't care. So we have different categories of people. So we cannot bloom everybody together. That's why we'll keep talking. That as parents, how are you raising your boy child?
Yeah.
Are you raising your boy child? Are you raising your boy child to look down on the girl child? Are you raising your boy child to believe that whether he is wrong or right, he's the boss? Are you raising your boy child to believe that in any organization, if a lady is making progress, she's definitely sleeping with the boss?
Hmm.
It's the mindset. So, but if a boy was raised to know that achievement can come from any angle, can come from the female, can come from the male. If you raise a boy child to know that if you work in an establishment with other ladies, excuse me, and the ladies are making progress, you don't begin to tell yourself that, okay, maybe they are having anything to do with the boss, if the boss is male. Rather, you begin to look at yourself, do a KPI of your own self, do an appraisal of yourself, and look at how well you are doing. And if you feel that you should be recognized, you can take it to the board. But for you to sit somewhere and say that, instead of improving on yourself, building yourself, grooming yourself better, you begin to tell yourself, what before uncle? And there are women now, and you know what women will do with the boss. So there are so many things we need to trash, but we can't trash it overnight. We have to understand that as much as it is ludicrous and it is totally predicated on a very skewed mindset, we need to take it back to the family. Mothers, especially, before you talk to the fathers. Mothers. As a mother, when I was in my early 20s, I was in a salon. And a woman came to make her hair in that salon. Those days we used to go to salon and do all these rollers and everything. And this woman was talking about her son. And she said, somebody said, mommy, this is your boy. He's an only boy. He's an only son. She had other daughters, but she had just one boy. This is your son. We're always seeing him with different girls. She said, please leave him, let him enjoy himself. It is the mothers of the girls that should caution their girls, because as for our son, he's not the one to get pregnant, so they are on their own.
Hey.
Though this kind of conversation wasn't so loud then, but I very repulsed that how could you sit down and have this mindset as a mother? So you can imagine if so many mothers have such mindset towards their sons, then who's going to make the difference? Who's going to bring about the change? So let's begin with ourselves as mothers. How do we raise our sons? How do we raise them for themselves and from the society at large? How do you raise them to respect women? How do you raise your boy to respect his classmate who is a female? I remember when I was in school, I was in my primary school, it was of course primary school, middle school. It was always a competition between myself and one boy who will come first and second. Each time I got that first position, that boy will not say, don't talk to me, he will be very cold. It was like, imagine, do you know how many years ago that was? So the people not start today, but we can bring resolution, we can bring solution to it today by starting with the family, microcosm of the society. If the family can get it right, society will get it right. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Binabo. I'm really happy that we took it back to the roots. If the family can get it right, society will definitely get it right, because the society is like the way it is because of the upbringing, because of where it's starting from. After all, charity begins at home. So if you see an adult exhibiting one character or one behavior of the other, then that means right from scratch, you don't need one. He's already, doing, probably exhibiting one or two signs of such behaviors. And if not corrected, that's just how it keeps going. All right, 28 minutes to 10, right here on Your Women Radio, WFM 91.7. This is her length right here on Women Radio. Please feel free to dial the numbers 07000 917 917. You can also dial the number 09155 917 917. Or better still, send us WhatsApp messages to 070 317 56537 or 8155 917 917. Those are the numbers to get in touch with us this morning. So we'll come to Susan. And while Ibinabo was talking, I just saw, something else that caught my attention. And, it just got me thinking that maybe, and what Ibinabo is saying is just right. And maybe what Susan is also, as I said, Susan, what's her name? The actress, Roseman, came out to say, maybe it's just right. Now, this man, a 56-year-old lawyer, reportedly loses her life following domestic violence incident with her husband. This is a 56-year-old woman with her husband, just weeks after being called to her. Now, it is alleged that the police have already granted the husband bail. So her name is Barrister Felicia Temitope Odu. She was called to the Nigerian bar in September 2025 at the age of 56. She reportedly died following an alleged case of domestic violence involving her husband. And this man that we're looking at, or this man that we're talking about, has already been granted bail. Now, this lady, the mother of three, was allegedly beaten to death by her husband in the presence of one of their sons. Relatives and neighbors claimed the violence had been ongoing for over 20 years, dating back to their courtship. These boys now that she has died and left and have actually seen their father do this. Do we expect anything better from them when they grow? Do we expect them to do better? Because if this has been going on for 20 years, what do we expect them to exhibit when they grow older? This is a woman at 56. She managed to put her life together, was called to bar in September, and now she's nowhere to be found. So I mean, it's when you look at what's going on and you look at that statement from this actress, you might just be in the position to say, women, it just feels different. Susan, please go ahead.
Ah, it's a lot. It's a lot. I read that story yesterday and I was touched because, adult education is not a common feat. It's not an easy one. This is just September, This is just September by the corner. She was just called to bar. She came all the way, maybe to Abuja for the call to bar, and today she is no more. And for a person at that level who can even interpret the law, who should know when we say leave to leave, why are you stuck in such spaces? You can take a break. You can take a break. You see, I read through what this lady said and I read through comments. You say, when a woman says society doesn't like women, she's not exaggerating. I need to start from that. Ibn Abba has talked about the family, so I'm not going that direction again. She's not exaggerating, but she's just expressing the daily realities we experience, of exclusion. When you were speaking, Rose, you talked about the challenges that women face, not just misogyny. We also look at patriarchy, which is very dominant in our faces daily. There's this bias, and the survivor that women face in a system that is designed without them in mind. The issues of women can be likened to the issues of persons with disabilities because the system we live in, especially in Nigeria, was not built in any way with persons with disabilities in mind. That is why you see most of the structures and everything do not accommodate this set of human beings. Each day you are struggling. And now I want to, break it into certain, will I call it sections so that it's clear. We have this structural bias, not just about sentiment, because most times when women talk, people look at it as being sentimental and all of that. No, it's not just about disliking women. It's about how institutions and systems are built. How are they built? How are they built? Do they institutionalize the issues of women and other marginalized groups? We are looking at urban-rural divide. We are looking at persons with disability. We are looking at those in the IDP camps. We are looking at so many groups that I cannot begin to mention. We've talked about gender gaps in pay, in leadership, in access to credit. Look at political participation, which is why we have been pushing for the reserved seats bill. That is there. Why? Systems are not in place that accommodate women. Policies that ignore caregiving, your menstrual health, your maternal needs. As a woman, you are battling with the fact that, you just put to bed and you're thinking work. Nobody is thinking you have your menstrual cycle. You have this very difficult period where you are struggling and nobody is looking at all of those things. You look at the cultural norms that glorify silence and submission. Our cultural norms, they glorify silence and submission over voice and agencies. So what are we saying? We are looking at society's dislike for women, which often hides behind laws, behind our customs, behind our everyday practices that make life harder for women. A woman together, like Rose said, to go back to school, undermining the challenges, and now someone, because you think you are the husband, because you feel you are lord over her, another person's child, another person's mother. Let's be real. Let's spit it as it is, You just cut her life short. If you know you don't want to ask her to take a walk, let her leave. Even if she decides not to take a walk, you do not want blood on your hands. And look at it. He already has bail. He has been granted bail
Mm.
already. Now, what are the integrity of the woman? Experience it at the same level. How Ibn or you, Rose, will experience it is different from how I, Susan, who has a disability to also struggle with, you know, will face things. Women will face double jeopardy because we live in a patriarchal society. There are women, and there's no equitable, there's no equal playing field. But for women with disability, add a third layer, which is triple jeopardy. The fact that we have a disability is another added layer. For us, we are looking at poor women. I was talking about urban rural, divide. We are looking at widows. All these areas face added marginalization. Imagine a woman on a wheelchair in Borno can never face the same challenges as a CEO who lives in Lagos. I'm just pointing us to these things,
Mm.
and this is Nigeria. But both, you know, try to navigate a system that does not have them in mind. And then we talk of the conditioning, and we have been socialized. Boys grow up, seeing women as people who nurture, people who are submissive, good or bad, suffering and smiling. We keep, it is well, it is well. Whereas that daily you are losing your mind. We're talking about mental health. You are losing your person. We're looking at the media. How does the media portray us? How many other stations do we have that amplify the voices of women, if not women radio? We are looking at religion. We are looking at schools that rarely teach us equality or empathy for the next person. It's all about the boy child, the boy child. We understand also that patriarchy harms men too. I'm a gender person, so when I'm analyzing across boards. It harms men too, but by teaching them to suppress their emotion and measure their worth by the control they can exert on the women, which is a lie. It's a lie from the pit of hell. So to heal this system, as Ibn Abu is rightly saying, we must also heal the kind of boys that we raise. Because who is pushing this patriarchy? Is it not the boys? We need to heal the system by looking at the kind of people, that we raise. And of course, we need to look at women who support women.
Amen.
Helen is doing a fantastic job raising this awareness so that women know that they are not alone. It doesn't matter the part of Nigeria you reside. We see you, we value you, and we are here to support you. It's important because of accountability. Here we are encouraging unity. We are not competing in any way, whether you live in the slums anywhere or you live in the urban setting. We are looking at women in power. If you flash back to the Voice of Women conference, we're looking at women in power opening doors for other women, not just to close them because you have already stepped in. The fight for gender justice is not an anti-men fight. No, it's pro-human. It's pro-human. We are looking, for fairness. Because at the end of the day, the most powerful women are those who pull others up with them. It's not just people who want to say, oh, I'm at the top. Who are you? Sit down there. And for me, an important call to action, because for every conversation, I
Mm.
like to have a call to action that we need to address. We should move beyond lamentation and action. highlight what can be done, which is why we have said it over and over that we need to have he for she champions. Who are the young boys? We're looking at traditional leaders, young men, youths, and everything. Men who we begin to have as allies to support the women folks, because we need male allies. We cannot do it alone. If we continue to do it alone, they'll say, these women, they have come with
Yeah,
their problems, you know,
all right, so
every
just a
time,
minute.
gender,
Let's
gender.
pick this call. Just a minute. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, ladies.
Hi, good morning, Mrs. Oboli. You're welcome.
Thank you very much. This is a very serious topic we are talking about this morning. And it breaks my heart that in this time and age, we are still where we are. But like Ibn Abbas said, we continually speak. Like Rose said, not only misogyny, we are also dealing with patriarchy. And I believe this actress and a whole of others that are talking about this are speaking against this backdrop, because every time you see misogyny on the rise, and femicide is heavily dished out on almost a daily basis. Maybe which day would they discuss one guy where they try to drag spotlight with his wife who just deliver, and we are saying he wants pap and all those things. All these things are subtle acts at, lifting patriarchy against what the woman faces on whenever she's pregnant or something. So recently, a female archbishop emerged as a bishop of Canterbury. Her name is Sarah Malali. If you see the abashing she received, people went as far as dragging her. She will bring profanity to the altar. And I'm asking myself, what kind of lame and bizarre excuses is this? The kind of marginalization the women would face, they always baffle me. But not be today discussion will go exhaust. We need to keep saying and reiterating this on a daily basis. And as for Madam Felicia Odu's case, the man has been picked up again. He has been remanded in Pansi presently. I'll be going for a transition ceremony, the process, this Saturday on the 25th. Okay? So he has been picked up again. The place where her traditional procession will take place is somewhere in Saboyaba. If you see this woman's husband, you'll be wondering, what is she doing at her class and level with this man? He's a printer, but he does not print anything. The only thing he has printed in his life is...
Hello, Mrs. Oboli. Are you with us? Oh, okay. I think we lost her call. Please do want to call us back, because, we would definitely love to hear the rest of your submission on this morning. But before she calls back, Susan, let's hear the rest of your thoughts on this.
Yes. So as I wrap up, like Mrs. Oboli said, we're happy to hear that he's been picked, because, why should he be cooling off at home while this is going on? We should also push for gender responsive budgeting and inclusive leadership. You cannot know things about women when they are not at those tables. It is not doable. That's the truth. Again, I think it's important that we encourage community-based women's...
Okay, let's pick this call. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. We can't hear you. If you can hear us, maybe try to call us back, but we can't seem to hear you at all. 07000 917 917 is the number to call, or 09155 917 917. Susan, over to you. Okay. Hello, good morning. Hello, can you hear us? Hello? Network can just be doing on its own sometimes. All right, go ahead, Susan, please.
So I've talked about us having male allies, even as youths. We have National Youth Council. Let's have male allies so that they would also help us to spread this word. Again, I believe in having support community-based women's initiatives, so that even at the local communities, they have these support groups where they discuss some of these things, because trust me, there are so many informations that don't make it to the media. That's the truth. what we are hearing on the media is a fraction of what happens in our day-to-day lives. And
Exactly.
it's important that we keep amplifying women's stories, just like what we do here on Her Lens, in the
All right.
media, in
Let's
politics.
try this for Susan, please. Just a minute. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Are you there? We can't hear you. If you can hear us, please probably try another number. Yeah, network issues. Please go ahead, Susan. I think we'll
We need
just
to
pause for now.
we need to amplify women's stories, whether in media, in politics, and peace building, like what we are doing here on Her Lens. This is the whole essence, is to improve and show that women are strong. We already know that we are. Come on, we are. It's just to create a society that values strength. We are not trying to push for one thing or the other. No, it's not a competition, like I said from inception. And from my own perspective now, to what that lady said, maybe society doesn't dislike women. Maybe it has just never truly, known how to value love, how to love and value women, because that's why we're here. That's why we're speaking. That's why we keep speaking every day. We want to rewrite, this story. And it's one conversation at a time. I understand what the lady is saying, but then again, we need to move beyond talk to looking for ways to transform this narrative. Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much, Susan. Hello, good morning.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, yes, this is much better. Yes, please go ahead.
So I was trying to say that the man has been picked again, okay? And he's being remanded at Manti presently. An autopsy is about to be carried out on her body because the man printed 3 different obituaries. With this person finished, because of say she slept peacefully and died. Meanwhile, now you beat her. So the case is ongoing presently. He's not going to be let loose on this one. If my own go teach other people's things, in fact, this is a welcome development. So the case never finished. Now we start.
Oh, wow.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Oboli, for giving us an update on that. Well, Ibn Abolens, hear your last thoughts on this one. Imagine the man, now you got a print obituary.
It's the audacity for me. It is the audacity.
Hey,
Abba,
God.
how do we
See,
even end up marrying our enemies like this? Ọlọ́run gbà wá o.
For 20 years.
until we begin to work on the families, the family is a microcosm. I know families where even the mothers, the way they are raising their boys, and when you talk, they will say, no, Ọkùnrin ni o, it's a boy, it's what I will head his own family, so he has to know what, know how to look down on a woman. See, until the family gets it right, this conversation will not stop. Because as a woman, you were not treated right. You were highly disrespected from every side. And now you have given birth to a son. How are you raising your son? Do you want him to go and treat other women by the time he becomes a man like you were treated? Or do you want him to do better? That is the question. Because if the family gets it right, then we wouldn't have much to talk about, because a lot of the majority of the job will have been done. But we still live in the world where even some mothers are still raising their sons as though they are gods. A son does not know that he has to respect his older sister. I've been in a place where an older sister had an altercation with a younger brother, and the mother was saying, "Oh, Mapakureni," to the older sister. You know, say a man, you know, say a boy, because we senior him. You know, the something in me was like, first of all, let me give her some bass blows to set her brain, to put her brain back in order. Then I can now talk to her. Actually, I said, "Oh, my." So when you were pregnant, well, how was the pregnancy, the journey? when you were pregnant with the boy. When you were pregnant with the girl, was the journey. I have boy, I have girl. So until you go for scan, you don't know, because there's no difference. The difference is that when you give birth to the boy, it goes through circumcision. Oton. The girl, she goes through ear piercing, because from where me I come from, you know, they do genital mutilation. So you see, there are so many issues. And as we clamor for the he for she, we should clamor also for the she for she. A mother must understand that her son should respect every female around him. He should know how to handle issues around the women, not by having this mindset that they are always not up to, they are always below. When men are talking, women keep quiet. Look at the story Mr. Boli narrated, that they made a female whatever, and then people are coming to say she should not bring what to the altar. So, man, what sanctification have you been bringing to the altar? Now, I mean, that they go about they sleep with church members. So why are we like this? I think the healing must come from us first. Then we now spread it out. The healing must come from the family. Then we now share it to everybody. Because it's a mindset. If this mindset does not shift,
been through a lot. I'm standing strong.
We'll keep talking. We won't keep quiet. Nobody can steal our lips. Nobody can.
Yes.
We'll keep talking. But families must begin to get it right. Because you cannot be churning out irresponsible men into the society who are going to keep furthering the enterprise of their irresponsible fathers. We can't have that. Thank you.
All right, Ibinabo. Thank you very much for your thoughts on this. Thank you very much to Susan and Madam Oboli that called to narrate that story to us. Thank you all so much. I hope our society gets better. But like Madam Ibinabo said, Aluta continue. We'll continue to talk about it. On this silence, we'll continue to talk about it. All right, so that's it for today. Join us again tomorrow. God willing, we'll be here to take you through On Her Lens. My name is Rose Yusuf Kaiser. Thank you so much, ladies, for being a part of the program today. Do want to have a great day and enjoy the rest of the week. Stay with us right here on Women Radio. Good morning.
To sponsor this program, call the number 0816 480 7613.
Something big has landed and it's raining Naira. Better play, better chance. 200K is yours if only you try your luck. Better play, better chance. 3 times daily, your dreams can come true.
Oh, yes. With just 500 Naira, you could win up to 200,000 Naira every single day. Join the Better Play Lottery and listen for your name live on radio at 10 a.m., 2 p.m. and 6 p.m.
Better play. Don't miss out. Go get your ticket right now. Buy your tickets at www.betterplay.ng or dial *347*154# for better chances. Buy up to 20 tickets.
Follow at Better Play on Facebook and at Better Play NG on Instagram for updates. It's your turn to win this money.
Better play, better chance. You can be the next millionaire.
Better Play is open to players 18 years and above. Play responsibly.
Hello, Daddy.
Hello, Diola.
I just want to say that I love you.
Oh, I love you too.
Hello, Daddy. I just want to say again that I love you and I like that we look alike. Hello, Auntie.
Hi, Diola.
How are you?
I'm fine.
How's family? I hope everyone is good. My regards to everyone.
I will, my dear.
Whoa. Diola, this is the third time you're calling me. How much airtime do you need?
Airtime,